I am feeling extra cozy this holiday season. I have my hot cocoa. I have this blanket next to me. I'm wearing a flannel, which I just love. I'm also wearing these slippers from Bed Bath & Beyond. They were only $10 and I'm absolutely loving them. I just want this to be a very cozy environment as I begin to talk about how to set and stick with your goals for the new year. Hold up one second. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Rebecca. I am new here on YouTube. I plan on posting lifestyle content that revolves around productivity, self-care, things like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would love for you to stick around. Please subscribe and let's get back into the video. These are things that I am implementing to reach my goals in 2022. I'm actually planning on filming a video soon about, it's like a plan with me for 2022, kind of talking about what my goals are, how I'm going to implement them in the new year. The first way to really stick with your goals in the new year is to write them down. There is something so powerful about writing things down. And if you want to write this in a journal, on your calendar, on a notepad, or even on a Google Doc, sometimes that's how I plan my goals, is just through Google Docs. If you want to be digital or if you want to just have it in person with you, I highly recommend go get a journal or pull up a Google Doc or something and start to write down all of the goals that you have. This is also really good to write it down because you can record your progress with your goals throughout the new year. So each month or each time that you get one step closer to a goal or you accomplish a goal, you can write it down in that same journal or the same Google Doc, and it just really helps you see the progress that you're making towards those goals. Writing down your goals is also really good because then you can visually see them on the paper. I kind of think of it like when you're writing down your goals, you're almost making them more permanent. You're almost making it a promise to yourself to accomplish those goals because it's no longer a thought in your head. It's actually on the paper in front of you, showing you this is what I told myself I'm gonna do. And I feel like it's much easier to stick with the goals when you have almost made that a promise to yourself, and it's hard to do that when the goal just stays in your mind. My second tip for sticking with your goals is to set a time and place for those goals. So really break those goals down and schedule them into your calendar. This is actually from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I absolutely loved that book. If you want to learn more tips about reaching your goals and sticking with your habits or breaking bad habits, I highly recommend reading that book. I know the entire internet has talked about that book at some point, but he created a formula for sticking with your goals, and I wrote down on blank day, I will do blank at blank time. So with each of your goals, really break them down, and if you write, for instance, a very stereotypical goal in the new year is working out. If you want to work out more, you have to come up with a plan to do so. So if you want to work out, I would say, on blank day, on Tuesday, I will do a 2-mile run, or I will do 10 pull-ups and 20 crunches, whatever it is. Or I will, on Monday, I will go to the gym, and then you put a time at 5:30 after I get off work, or at 6:30 before I go into work in the morning. So no matter what the goal is, come up with a day, a place, and a time that you will do this goal. After coming up with the plan, the place and the time and the day that you want to do your goals, pull out your calendar and actually schedule them into your calendar. So for instance, if you want to do that workout on Monday, if you want to go for that run on Tuesday, pull out your calendar. I suggest just getting like a monthly calendar, or you can even use the calendar on your phone and schedule it in for that day. So put, at 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, I'm going for a run, and tell yourself how long that run's going to be. This is super helpful. There was a study that James Clear mentioned in Atomic Habits. I don't remember exactly what it is, so I cannot cite it. I apologize for that. But he basically mentioned a study where people who actually write down a place and a time and a day that they're gonna do their habit were significantly more likely to actually follow through with that habit. So definitely do this. I am gonna do this in my Plan With Me for 2022 video, so I'm very excited for that if you wanna also watch that video. My third tip is to make your goals clear and actionable. I suggest being as specific as possible with these goals that you're writing down. You want to make sure that it's not too far-fetched, but you also want to push yourself. So it's good to find that middle ground and just really be clear on it and be specific with exactly what you want. So instead of saying, if we keep going along with the workout example, which I feel like a lot of people have for New Year's resolutions, instead of saying, I want to work out and be in my best shape by the end of the year, actually be specific with that. Tell yourself, I want to have gained this much muscle. I want to weigh this much, and put the weight. Or if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine too. You can say, I want to be able to do 5 pull-ups in a row without stopping. Or I want to be able to run 1 mile in blank time. Be very specific with those goals. I know in the past, I have literally put, this year, as my resolution, I want to work out and be in the best shape of my life. Did it happen? No. Did I consistently stay on top of my workouts? No, because I wasn't specific enough. And I didn't give myself specific actionable goals that I could reach. And I didn't schedule it in my calendar or write it down. So that's a huge thing, is just be completely specific with it. If you want to make more friends this year, one of the ways that you can be specific with that is tell yourself, okay, once a month, I will schedule a girls' night, or 1 time a month, or twice a month, or whatever it is, I will invite a new friend to come over, or I will ask someone that I don't really hang out with to go to coffee. Something like that. Like I said, also just be really realistic with your goals, but also push yourself. Going along with my last tip, this 4th tip is actually to break your goals down into monthly goals. So like I said with the other one, if you want to have more friends, you can invite, 1 person over a month and give yourself that monthly goal instead of a year. Sometimes when we give ourselves the whole year to do it, we kind of procrastinate and we push it off until the end of the year or until, later, because you have the whole year to do it. But if you give yourself monthly goals to reach your bigger goal, it's going to be so much more effective. Also, I suggest at the end of the month, do a monthly check-in. Look at what you have accomplished, if you've gotten any closer to your goal, and kind of just be realistic with yourself. Maybe write, a journal entry at the end of the month, going over your progress towards your goals, talking about what you could have done better, what you will do better next month. I think it's just really helpful to write that down and just to check in with yourself and check in monthly. One example of this for me is one of my goals this year is to learn new recipes and just kind of cook more. So I broke it down into a monthly goal, and I told myself, okay, I'm going to learn 1 new recipe a month, which I know for a lot of people that's not that much at all. But for me, I typically just stick with the same recipes that I do every week and stuff. And I really want to branch out. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to set a realistic goal. I want to learn 1 entirely new recipe each month. Now, another example, if you want to prioritize your skincare or self-care, specifically with skincare, you can break that down into a monthly goal and tell yourself, I am going to research and purchase 1 new healthy skincare item to add to my skincare routine each month. Just take whatever your goal is, break it down. If you want to go on more dates with your significant other that aren't just dinner dates, you want to go on more dates that are unique, schedule that into your month. Tell yourself, I will plan 1 date that we've never been on before each month. So once a month, I will plan a new date for us to go on, something that's a new adventure for us that we haven't done before. And my 5th and final tip is set up a reward system for yourself. So the reward system can look something like, if I accomplish blank, I will reward myself with blank. So think about the goals that you have. If you are someone who is motivated by reward, which most people are, then come up with a good enough reward that will motivate you to accomplish your goal. For some people, this is going out to eat to a nicer restaurant. You know, if I accomplish my goal, I will take myself out to eat. For other people, this could be going on a little vacation or a girls trip. Say this is like a huge goal that you have for the year. Tell yourself, you know, if I accomplish this, I will take myself on vacation for a weekend, for a week, whatever it is. These rewards can also be really small too. So for instance, if your goal is to, you know, wake up really early 5 days out of the week, if you do that, your reward can be, okay, on Saturday and on Sunday, I can sleep in an extra hour or two. Another example, if you really love to read, you can use that as a reward. So if you get one step closer to your goal, or if you accomplish your goal, you can reward yourself by starting that book that you've been really wanting to read. A couple other reward examples that I'm looking up right now. Watch 1 or 2 episodes of your favorite show, enjoy a bubble bath or a hot shower, eat some chocolate or ice cream, order in or go out to eat at your favorite restaurant, exercise or try a new workout class. Figure out what motivates you and implement that. You know, make that a reward for yourself, but don't give yourself that reward until you have reached the goal that you've set for yourself. That is it for this video. I hope that you really enjoyed it. I hope that you are able to implement these tips and tricks that I've given you into your goals and resolutions for the new year. I know this is exactly what I'm going to be using, so I really hope that this is helpful for you as well. If you have any advice or tips on sticking with your New Year's resolutions that I didn't mention in this video, please comment it down below. I know I would absolutely love to read them. And I hope that you all are having a wonderful holiday season and that you start your new year off strong. But always remember that sometimes it is good to give ourselves monthly goals instead of becoming very overwhelmed with giving ourselves goals for the entire year. I know for me that can be very overwhelming. So honestly, try to think of it as just, you know, this is my month goal, this is my February goal, this is my March goal, and so on and so forth. If you liked this video, please press that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell for notifications for every time that I upload a video, and keep an eye out for my next video. I think it'll be my next one. It is a plan with me for 2022, like I mentioned earlier in this video. If you want to see that, press the bell and you can be notified. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for stopping and taking your time to listen to this video on my little corner of YouTube. I had to get my last sip in.